and some have actually reached out to me that they will not be able to make it. But so we are going to record this, and we're going to share the recording after the webinar, and it will be available also on YouTube. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for taking your time around the world, around the globe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now we want to start. Like I said in the mail that was sent to us, this webinar is going to focus on online personal security and safety, and this is going to be version 1.0. Yeah, disclaimer for this is actually this webinar is not to create any anxiety or fear in us, but the purpose of this webinar is just to to educate everyone that will be participating in this webinar. That is the essence of this. So all information provided is based on my years of experience in user support, working as an IT specialist in different domains of information technology. So the essence of this is for us to guide ourselves what we do on the internet, what we post and what we do online. Yeah, it means your presenter. I'm a certified senior lead cybersecurity manager with more than 14 years experience in various domains of information security, and you can follow me on LinkedIn. That's my LinkedIn, and also I will share this in the chat in the course of this webinar. Thank you. Now, introduction. What is online personal security and safety? Is an art and continuous practice of securing your online presence, which include your email account, your social media activities, and your post. What you do online. So the essence of this is actually to give us a sense of securing our online presence, including our email, our social activities, what we post online, and it is not a one-off thing. Security is continuous. Security should be a practice. Security should be part of us, because we are in the world that is so insecure online. Why personal security? Why do I need to be involved in personal cyber security? After all, I'm not an IT person. After all, I don't do a lot online. Some folks will say, oh, I only have email. Some will say, oh, I don't do internet banking. I don't have the app. I only do USSD transfer, all of that. I don't even have some folks will even tell you that, oh, I don't even have a credit card. Why should I be bothered about cybersecurity? Now, because you need to be bothered about it, you need to be concerned about it, because everything is now connected, including you. In one way or the other, everyone in the world today is connected. We are connected together. So Internet of a thing, your fridge is connected, your phone is connected, your cars are connected. By email, we are connected. We have camera in our homes and all of that. So everything here, everything around the world is connected. That is where the world is going to. And the coronavirus pandemic has actually created more opportunity for people to be more connected and to be online 24/7. Now, number two reason that I gave here, why should I be concerned about personal security? Because criminals have moved to the cloud. The criminals have moved to the cloud. The likes of thieves, the pickpocketers, the fraudsters, the kidnappers, the armed robbers, they've all gone to the cloud. No one, because people don't save money any longer in their homes. And the criminals are aware of that. So they would rather go and wait for you, whether in your bank through the back end, or the kidnappers will either go. I was a man that was arrested in Nigeria. Some Nigerian folks here will remember the story of a man that was arrested in Nigeria. And when they ask him, how do you get your target? How do you get the people? How do you get the people that that you kidnap? How do you get their profile? The first thing he said he usually goes to Facebook, Instagram, to look at the picture they post and what they do and where they are visited. If folks say, "Oh, I just came out from Dubai, I just came back from the US," you know, this guy now has something to ask something. So that's what we are saying here. The criminals are no longer on the street; they are in the cloud, and they are making it big. So we need to be conscious of this, and that is why cybersecurity, we need to take this personally. Why do I need to be protected? What do I need to protect as a person? What do I need to protect? You need to protect your email account. This is very critical. You might say, "Oh, I open Yahoo. I'm using Facebook. I'm using only Google, Gmail. I'm using Altmail from Microsoft. What do I need to do as?" Oh, you need to do more than that. Yeah, what do I need to protect? You need to protect your internet and mobile banking apps. All the applications on your phones are critical. Yeah, you also need to protect your social media accounts, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram account. All these need to be protected. You need to take conscious effort to also protect your mobile devices. In fact, a few minutes ago, I was just reading on BBC that the Twitter hack that happened like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, thereabout, happened through a mobile device. Twitter just update their press release on the attack that happened to some top politicians and the business guys in US, and it was discovered that the attack actually started from a mobile device. So you need to protect your mobile device, your mobile phone, your tablet. You need to protect your credit card. You need to get your details and make sure that no one has access to it. Also, you need to protect your connected TV, your camera, your fridges. During the lockdown, myself and my wife, we watched a film and a movie. The movie is actually has to do with a guy that went to a shop and bought a drone. The movie is actually about a drone, and I think folks can get it on Netflix also. So you discover that he bought a used one, not knowing that the seller, I mean the owner who sold it out to took it to a shop to resell, as the controller also. The controllers happen to be two. So he sold one, he kept one. So from his comfort of his house, he can actually monitor the drones, know what the drones is doing. He monitors the couple, and they are new couples. So he monitor every activities that happens in their homes, everywhere. The drones move around on his own without nobody operating it. So you need to protect your TV. You need to protect your cameras. There was a report sometimes ago that there was an attack on a company, and it was discovered that this attack came through a connected fridge. So imagine that. So everything is online. Our online presence is very key. Now, how do I protect myself? The first thing I want to talk about here to protect yourself is password. You need to use very strong password for all your accounts, all your online accounts, your email, your social media account. Don't just put a simple password. That was it. I read a report about the owner of Facebook, Mark. Mark was actually asked sometimes ago, and why did that happen? You imagine the owner of Facebook got his account hacked. It was discovered that he uses on most of his accounts that are online. He used the same password. He used the same password for multiple accounts, and someone was able to gain entrance into one of his social media accounts, and from there he tried it on Facebook, he tried it on his Twitter, he tried it on his Instagram, and that was how he was hacked. So never use your name, your family name, your children name, or city name as password. It's very wrong. It's not good. All this can be traced to you. your name, your family name, your children name, your city name, where you live. Never use all of this for your password. 3, never use your personal information like date of birth. Some folks will just use their date of birth or year of birth um, as their as their PIN for their credit card. That is very wrong. Someone else can easily guess that. And also make it strong, less than 10 character. Make sure that your password, if you have to use password for any account, make sure is not less than 10 character. Also, make this an habit and make it a practice. Change your password regularly. Make it a practice. In an enterprise environment, what organizations do is that they enforce password expiration. So this is enforced by policies and on the servers and on their network. So workers or staff are mandated to change their password every 3 months, every 2 months, like that, depending on the organizational policy or on their cybersecurity or information security practice or policy. So, but for us as individual, Google will not tell you to change your Gmail password. Yahoo may not tell you to change your email password. Facebook will not notify you except there is any compromise. Instagram will not tell you, will not notify you, but you ask to do this on your own. Make it a practice regularly. Don't use one password for 3 years, for 5 years. That's not a best practice. Don't use same password for multiple accounts. I just gave an example of what happened to Mark, the owner of Facebook, and he used just one password for multiple accounts. So the issue with this is that, for example, if you are using the same password for multiple accounts, say for instance your Facebook account, and a friend called me yesterday actually that his Facebook was hacked, and the guy that hacked it has actually changed the password. Imagine if someone like that, the password is exposed, and someone was able to enter your Facebook. By the time you enter your Facebook, it will try the same thing. If the person know that you are an active social media user, it will go to your Instagram and try it, and if it works, it will go to your Twitter and go there and change it. It goes to your email and do the same thing, and it has taken over everything about you. So don't use your birthday as your, like I said before, as your card pin, whether your credit card pin or any card pin that you use, whether in your office or anywhere. So now, why this is important is that your password is your gateway. So you change it regularly, and don't think, oh, if I change it, I might forget. No, you have to make it a practice. People do it. In some organization, it's every 2 months. Some organization is every 3 months. So imagine if you in your office you don't complain. So you need to take the same thing, same practice into our individual's life. So your password is your gateway, is the first entrance. So if hackers or cyber criminal is able to hack through your password, take ownership of your account. If the account does not have a two-factor authentication, such account is already compromised. So how do I protect myself? Secondly, through online posting, what you post on the internet. This is very important. If you are someone who like to make posts on the social media, oh, I just arrived in Abuja, I just arrived in Tokyo, I'm leaving from airport to my house. So watch what you post on the social media. I just gave us an example of a criminal that was arrested in Nigeria 3-4 years ago. And when he was asked, how do you get your target? How do you know those who have millions in their home or in their account? He said he goes to their he goes to Facebook, Instagram, and was able to target and monitor people and see what they post. From there, oh, this guy has something. This guy is big. This guy, his account is fat. So be sure that be mindful of what you post on your social media. Number 2, disable location if you must post. It's fine to make posts. Some folks make millions of monies, millions of naira, millions of dollars from their post on social media. Yeah, social media marketing is big and people are making money. But at the same time, when you want to post personal post, make sure you disable location. For example, someone is living, oh, I'm traveling from Namidi Azikiwe Airport to Paris. Good. Someone, your neighbor who is a criminal, now we know, oh, this guy is out of town. He can easily go to your house, bungle your house, and do whatever before your arrival. This is where it is critical to disable location, because when you post some posts on Instagram, on Facebook, automatically Facebook enable this and tell you and tell your followers that, oh, this guy, I'm living from here to here. Also, don't post your picture with your office badge online. If you work in a critical office, make sure you don't post with your badge. With your badge on, especially if you work in a high company that people don't know, but you want to keep that secret. Don't post with your office badge and online. Don't tag your office or your house location on any picture. Oh, this is my house. This is where I stay. This is very critical. Thank you. Sometimes you might need to disable location on your mobile. I've mentioned that. Then you go to settings, you turn off locations to be secure. Thank you. Like I said, you can always post your question on the chat so that I can follow. I see folks posting. Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. Can hear me now. Someone might be monitoring you without you knowing. So that's why you need to do all of this and protect yourself. Now, how do I protect myself? Mobile apps. This is very critical. Check details of mobile app you install before installation. Check review. Mobile apps are critical. People use mobile apps to monitor people. You might disable location, but not knowing that some apps on your phone are actually enabled to monitor your activities, to keep your password, to keep track of your password, to keep track of your pictures, access to your picture, access to your phone calls, phone log, and all of that. So I put an image here. Imagine you install a calculator, and calculator is giving you a prompt that allow calculator to manage your phone calls. Calculator. So that tells you that this app is going to do more than calculating figures. So this tells you that this app is going to do more than just 2 plus 2, 3 plus 4 that will be that is meant to. The reason why you are installing it is to use calculator, whether scientific or mathematics or whatever. But if the app is asking you for permission to go into your phone calls, this app is going to do more than the reason why you want to install it. So check the reviews. Before I install any app, whether recommended by a bank or by anyone, I go to review. Check details of the mobile app before you install. Check reviews. What are people saying around the world? From that is the purpose of review. When developers will put reviews, they will put installation review. What is it doing? How is it performing? Check app access and permission. Make sure you check, does it access my contact? There are some app that you install that will have access to your contact, and you can actually pull your contact, send it to a server, and all of that. So does this app have access to my phone calls? Does he access my? If you go to settings of the application, you will see that, because if the app is actually authorized by Google or by Apple, you are going to see all of this. Does he have access to my location? So that's what takes us to point D, which says install only app from the manufacturer store. Don't take apps from your friend and bypass the manufacturer's store, because you cannot review app that are being sent from sender. That you cannot review. You don't know who actually developed it and the access. You'll have gotten it install it on your phone, your mobile devices, before you actually know the access. So don't take app from friends, from transfer or whatever. Make sure you install from Play Store for Android devices and Apple Store for all Apple or iOS devices. Then regularly update, check the updates anytime the manufacturer post an update online, like Google, like Apple. Make sure you do update, because most of these updates fix a particular bug or vulnerability. So they will tell you in the new update, when there's a new update, if you go, whether it's for your device or for the manufacturer, they're going to tell you what the update is going to do, whether to fix something, to install a new update, and all of that. So if you don't fix, if you don't update, the issue with that is that if it actually addresses a vulnerability and your device is vulnerable and you don't fix that on your phone, is hackers who have already have knowledge of this can take over your devices. So app installed on your phone, you also need to update that. You have to check. You have to check if there's a new update from your bank on a mobile app. You have to check all of that to make sure that all of this is addressed and you are able to, you are up to date. Yeah. How do I protect myself? The next one I want to talk about is very critical. It's very important. It's called multi-factor, two-factor authentication. Enable multi-factor authentication on all your online accounts. Always review privacy settings of your mobile devices and your online account. This is very important. You need to go into every setting of your account, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your email. Ensure you enable two-factor authentication. Because if that is not there, anyone can take control of your account. I give you as an example. During this lockdown, a friend was actually hacked. We have series. I have series of example I can give, and this one happened is a WhatsApp hack. How did it happen? He actually has a two-factor authentication on his WhatsApp, but so he got a call from someone who said, "Oh, are you Mr. So? Yes, I am. Okay. I'm calling from your school, your son's schools, and we have a parent teacher meeting next Saturday, which the guy is also aware of. So I'm I'm the class teacher of of your son, and I'm going to send you a code, not knowing that this person is a lady, has initiated I was actually trying to configure his WhatsApp with phone WhatsApp on our own phone, and it triggered a two-factor. So a code is actually sent to him, and the guy did not even, without taking some measures or be conscious of what is happening, he forwarded this code to this lady, and before he knew it, he was trying to check. After some few minutes, he wanted to check some messages on his WhatsApp, and he discovered that WhatsApp now gave a message: "Your account has been moved." That was what happened. Your account has been moved, and he discovered this person has gone into all the groups where he belongs to as an admin. The one he created, he kicked him out, and he took over as an admin. He changed the number to another numbers, and all of that. So even if your account has a two-factor authentication, you need to be very careful. That is why in the world of cybersecurity, you don't trust anyone. You need to be careful. You need to probe. You need to ask questions. Why do you need this? And if someone call you and ask for inquiry, you need to be patient. I need to be careful before you give answer or give any information. Someone might tell you, "Oh, I'm calling from your bank." Somebody was telling me the story of what happened in one of the top bank in Nigeria, and the guy called and he said, "Oh, I'm from so bank, and I'm your account manager. I'm your new account manager. I want you to log into your online banking." The man is an old man. There was no reason for him to doubt. he logged into the, he said, I want you to log in. The man said, okay, I'm not where I can log in. He said, okay, don't worry, I'm going to log in for you. He logged in for him. He said, he want to check something, want to update some parameters according to CBN rules in Nigeria on his account. He said, okay, go ahead. The man said, go ahead. And he said, okay, I'm going to send, please generate this man uses art token. He said, generate the number on your token and share with us. The man generated this and shared with this guy, this criminal. The guy went to his account, made transaction. The man called him and said, oh, guy, I just received a debit alert on my account. Say, oh, don't worry, it's going to reverse. It's going to reverse. So, and that is how he said, okay, I'm going to generate another one. Please generate a number and send it to me. That is how they cleared this man's account. He went to the bank the following day and he made complaint. And they told him, oh, no, nobody will ever ask you your account details. So we need to be careful how you answer, what you give people, the information you give people online, no matter the person. So if you enable multi-factor authentication on your account, you need to be careful. Always review privacy setting of your mobile devices and your mobile account. Every day, every now and then, every account owners or manufacturer give an update. So you can always go there and do that. So then there are two, I can recommend two apps that you can use for multi-factor authentication, like Google Authentication and Microsoft. I think Facebook uses Google Authentication. So you can, if you want to enable this on your Facebook account, you go there, you enable it, then you configure it. The steps are there on Facebook privacy and settings to make sure that you enable your Facebook account or Instagram account and get a number that you can be generating every second to manage your account. Never leave your account setting and privacy on default mode. This is very, very important, guys. Never leave your account on default mode. And also I want to mention here, never leave any settings, any device, any connected device you have on privacy or setting or default mode. Even the router you use in your house, make sure you change the settings. Make sure you change it from the default setting. I was telling my wife during the lockdown, after we watched that movie I told you about, talks about drones. And I was showing her online how you can actually log into a site. There's a site online you can log into, and you can see cameras, online connected cameras around the globe in any country that is on default mode. You can view the cameras, you can see where the camera is connected to, what the owner want to watch, whether in their inside their house, anywhere around the world. You can see that. Why? Because those cameras were on factory default mode. The password will not change. The admin name is not changed. It's on default mode. So never, guys, never leave your account, your devices on default mode. Don't say, oh, if I put password on my computer, it's going to give me trouble anytime I want to log in. No, please, guys, make sure you change the default mode. If you have a camera in your house, don't leave them on default mode. If they're on default mode, someone else will be watching. If you have a TV connected, change the default settings. Anything, your phones, change the default settings. If you use a router, I was telling the colleagues, he has this router from one of the service providers here in Nigeria, and was telling me that he discovered that something is wrong. He said something is wrong, that he discovered that anytime it doesn't use up to what is given by the service provider, but he discovered that he pay more than what he is usually using. But when I discovered, I told him he left his router given to him on default mode. That is very dangerous, guys. You have to change it. So somebody is asking for the name of the movie. The name of the movie is Drone. You can check on Netflix. Drone is the name of the movie. Now, how do I protect myself? I'm giving this an example. you need to take this very seriously. Like something we call personally identifying information, that is PII. PII, what is PII? PII is any information or data that can be used to distinguish or monitor an individual identity. This can be used alone or with relevant data in some cases. Now, I've grouped them into two sensitive and not sensitive PII. PII 1 is your full name. Make sure that none of your account has your complete name on online. Also, this is for folks who are actually listening to this from developed country. Your social security number is very sensitive. Somebody can use it against you or use it to do transactions even on your behalf. You have to protect this. Your driver license number, your mailing address, your credit card information, your passport information, your financial information, your medical record, business email and personal and phone numbers, any other sensitive data. Make sure you don't allow all this to be on the public space. Don't post all this sensitive PII data on your social media. Make sure you don't display all of this. Your full name, your social security number or identity number, your driver license details, your mailing list. Don't say, oh, I just get a driver license. You post it on the internet. Oh, your mailing list, your credit card information. This is very critical. Credit card information. There are sites. One of my connection, my friends on LinkedIn post an information recently, and when I saw it, I laughed. Why? This is one of the top guys in information security in Nigeria, and sometimes we share information. And he said he went to to make an online purchase, and they make debit to his account even without requesting for his PIN, and that is normal. That is normal, guys, because many, especially international sites, maybe stores or where you can buy things, you can purchase stuff online, they will never ask for your PIN. So what do they need from your card? They need your card number, they need your card expiration date, and they also need the CVV number at the back of your card. With these three information, the card number, the expiring date, and also the CVV number at the back of your card. The CVV number is usually 3 digits at the back. If you turn your credit card or your ATM card or your debit card, you will see this at the back. So with these three information, anybody can make transactions successfully on your account if the account is funded. So you don't think, oh, if I drop my card somewhere, the bank will contact me before they can make a complete transaction. That happens in 1960. In the world that we live now, no one will going to ask for your PIN. So when you that's why you can drop if you drop these three information, the people can complete transactions without your knowledge. So what you do is that you don't just drop your credit card somewhere, anywhere, because if someone has this three information from your card, you can enter an online store and make purchase, and your account will be debited. And bank will only tell you, oh, so amount of dollars has been debited in your account via international transaction. They will not contact you. Oh, did you initiate this? Are you the one that make this transaction? No. So we need to be very careful. Don't drop your card anywhere. If you misplace your card and you can't find it, you don't know where it is, immediately contact your bank. To block, make sure you contact them. Always have your bank information, their email address, their phone numbers, to always call and say, oh guys, I've misplaced my card, so it's active on my account, kindly block it. It is safer for you to go to the bank, to go through the issue and get all the details before. It's better for you to go to the bank than for you to lose all your money in your account. So I'm going to go through all the questions that we are asking, just post them. I'm going to go through them in a short while. Now, there are some other non-sensitive or indirect PII, your zip code, your race, your gender, your date of birth, your place of birth, your religion. Now, why did I say these ones are non-sensitive? Because no one can use them without any of the sensitive one and succeed. And that is why, for example, in your card PIN, if you don't use your date of birth as your PIN, if you don't use your place of birth as your password. So anyone that wants to use your zip code, your race, your gender, your date of birth, your religion, has to use something else to complete whatever. Even person want to do what we call brute force attack. Brute force attack in cybersecurity is when somebody is trying to enter into your account and is trying several passwords until guessing several password, several PIN until you finally get your details. So your date of birth, your place of birth. Now I want to share this before we go to question and answer. The case study of what happened in 2018 between the Facebook that led to a lot of major data breaches, profiles of people on Facebook of 50 million people, users Facebook data were collected without their consent, and by an outsider company called Cambridge Analytica in UK. And maybe some of us here will be aware of this, and they use the information and transfer it to politicians. So this information were used to tailor their campaign to your profile, to what you post. So if you are the kind of person that doesn't like candidate B is not your candidate, they structure their campaign and make sure it goes to your wall. It goes to your Facebook wall, it goes to your Instagram, it goes to your Twitter, just to convince you. And that is what actually led to the UK and the European Union to come up with what they call the Privacy Act that is being implemented. So for folks that are in the developed world, you have this advantage. So, but for us who are maybe in Nigeria or any of the African country that the Cyber Act is not in place and people don't respect privacy, we need to be very, very careful. And before we go to question and answer, on the credit card that I mentioned earlier, there was an attack during the lockdown. One of the top airline in UK was hacked, called EasyJet. And what happened? The criminals were not looking for the information, passenger information or whatever information about the airline. They were looking for credit card that are stored on their portal. And that is why it's very critical for us as individual. I don't recommend it. Do not, I want to repeat that again, do not store your credit card information on any site, especially the one that you are not sure of the security. So those who have already stored their information on EasyJet airline, their credit card information were compromised. So you need to be very careful where you store your credit card information. And if there is need for you to do that, for example, if you subscribe to some services where they debit you every month, like LinkedIn, Netflix, and some of those online platforms, use the card that is not well funded, what I usually call expense account. Expense account is where you don't keep a lot of money. You just keep few amount of money, just a little amount of money to keep yourself running. So because if you use the credit card of account where you have a lot of money, if anything happen to the credit card that you store on Netflix or on LinkedIn, the people were going to have access, and you can't guarantee it. Because like the case that happened in Twitter case, what happened was that from the first time they released that press release, and I read through, I posted it on my LinkedIn that this is an insider threat. This is an insider compromise. This issue came from an insider. And 2 weeks or a week after, um, Twitter released a press release to tell the public what actually happened. And that was exactly what happened. Someone among their staff member has his account compromised through a mobile device. This account that was compromised has some privileges on their server. And someone get a hold of it, another folks went and sold it, and sold these credentials in a dark world, among the criminals. So they used that. The credential was sold, and they used this credential to post into Twitter handle on some top guys in US like Joe Biden and all of that. So they post, oh, if you want Bitcoin, kindly contact us. So that's why you can't guarantee if you store your credit card detail on Netflix, what you can't guarantee what happened. You can't guarantee that will be compromised tomorrow on Netflix or on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on paper. So you need to, if you are going, if it is required, make sure it is just an account that doesn't have much of your investment or your earning. Now, I want to go through some of the questions that we have posted. I want to appreciate everyone who has been able to join. And let me quickly go through the okay. Okay, we do feel some gap. Okay, someone is asking, I want to know, during registration of some application, we do fill up some gap like username, email, password. Where are these details saved? Is it being seen by admin of the site or what? Yes, for if you register, there is the way everything works is in a connected world, is a server to client communication. Whatever form you fill is sitting somewhere in someone's server. So even though the only thing when you see people will tell you, oh, if you want to save or you want to register on a website, you have to make sure it is HTTPS. Yes, I recommend that too. But don't think that what you save the data on that site, on that HTTPS site, is not somewhere. It's somewhere. What the HTTPS does is that between your PC to the server of the owner, it is safe. That is what they are guaranteeing you. What they are guaranteeing you is that the HTTPS, the secure layer that is included on that site, only secure your data from your device to their server. So on their server, they have access. So it is not encrypted on their end. But what happens is from your PC or from your mobile devices, when the data is being transported from your PC to their server, it is encryption. So if there is any injection or any interception during this period of transporting the data from your PC to their server, it is secure, it is encrypted. But when it gets to their end, they also have some application to decrypt what you have saved, what you have sent to them. So the data is somewhere. That's why somebody was able to get into account of top guys in US in Twitter. That is what happened. So be ensured that the password, some sites actually encrypt password that some people might not know the password, but they can change the password. So if there is internal compromise or internal threat in that organization, they can actually change your password. They might not know the password, but if those data are saved somewhere whenever you register on an online platform. So, okay, criminal has moved to the cloud lab. Yes, criminals has moved to the cloud, as what I said. Also, Google Form was used to capture information at registration. Yeah, uh, Google Form, yes, people use, for example, for us, that's why we ask for basic information. For this, for this, for this training, for example, for this webinar, we just capture your name, your email, and that's all. So, and for us, between us and you, Google Form is actually secure at a transportation level now, and from us, it's safe. So, someone said I might forget if I change my password frequently. Yes, you need to make it a culture. You need to make it a habit. You need to ensure that you do this regularly and make sure you don't forget. Please, can I get a clearer explanation on how to disable location? Yes, on your phone, if you go to settings, if you use iPhone, you go to settings, your setting, you see location. You can even do a search from setting. Search for location. You are going to get it, and you can disable location. And but to that, if you use Google Map for your activities, maybe moving around the city, you need location to be enabled because Google uses your location to take you, say, okay, you are going to somewhere. And so, but when you are posting pictures and all of that on social media, make sure you disable it. So someone said, exactly, I've always wondered why almost all the app, if not all, ask to access phone details. How can I enable two-factor authentication on my mail? Yeah, for your mail, you can actually enable two-factor. You go to settings. Uh, for those folks that are in Nigeria, you can do that. Although there is a clause on for Google for Gmail, but you can use your phone to actually authenticate to put another layer. You also have you have to also need to add your numbers so that anyone that want to have access to your account for the first time must the Google or Yahoo must send a number, a code to your phone number. Yes, please. What is the name of that movie? Okay, the name of the movie is Drone. You can check that out. There are a lot of cybersecurity movie that you can learn, like documentary and all of that on Netflix. We can check it out. Please, what the minimum character I can use for my password? Like I said in the beginning of this, I said we can use minimum recommended is 10 character alphanumeric, 10 character alphanumeric. What about paper? How safe are they? They are very safe. They are good. I use PayPal also, but make sure that the card you register with them is not a highly funded account. Another question: what if you have already given the info out, and how do you change it? What should you do on the expiration date, the CCV, the ATM number? For your credit card details, like I said, if you have already given it out, make sure it's a card that is not well funded, maybe what I call expense account, so that if anything happens to their credit card details, you know that you are safe. Also, what if you have used your full name and address for some free discounted stuff such as webinars, shopping sites? How do we change it? If you have access to those sites, and if you can remember, you can go back. That's the essence of this webinar. You can always go back and modify and change. Any site that doesn't allow you to make changes, guys, be careful what you do on those sites. On sensitive detail, you don't mention BVN. Is it possible to access to someone's bank account with only BVN details? I think yes. I actually, because with Nigeria, BVN is for Nigeria, for example, that's biometric verification number. This is for folks in Nigeria. With your BVN, the BVN now is among the sensitive PII. It's among the personally identify information. So you can add. I'm going to edit that. That is for folks in Nigeria. BVN is like social security numbers for friends and guys in other country. It's very, very important. You have to keep anyone that call you and oh, I want your BVN, I want to update it. That is not true. Never disclose your BVN number to anyone. What is the background of signing up directly with Google? What is the background of signing up? For Google, if I understand this question, you usually Google recommend that you use their application like Chrome if you are doing that, and also if you use your Gmail, and also use a strong password. On sensitive detail, do you think mentioning BVN is possible to have access to someone's bank account? Yes, for Nigeria folks, this is possible. This is very possible because with your BVN, someone has asked some levels of details about you. For example, if the bank call and they want to ask some information and the person want to hack into your account, there was some guys that were arrested in Lagos some times ago. And what those guys do is that when they collect someone's phone, they don't mind. They just want the SIM card. So the SIM card, they gain access to the SIM card. And that is, I want to mention that also, if you misplace your phone and you maybe because of the stress of doing a welcome back or retrieving your number back from the service provider, they will ask you to go and get court affidavit, go and get this, go and get that. So many people don't bother to go after such lines, so after such number. They just, oh, instead of me going through the stress, oh, excuse me, give me a new number. They get a new number, forgetting that the number, that number is registered on their bank, with their bank as their primary number. And when someone can pick, because after 3 months, for some service provider here in Nigeria, what they do after 3 months of non-use of such number, they are going to reproduce it. Some wait for 6 months, some will wait for like 1 year. They are going to reproduce it, and when they reproduce such number, someone definitely walk into their store and pick it up. And when such a person is getting your debit, your credit alert, you can actually use the information to get access into your bank details. And the person can even look for you and call you. You can go to your Facebook, your social account, and get details about you and get your BVN. So you need to be careful that your SIM, that your number, your SIM that you misplaced, if it is you register it with any bank, kindly go there and update your record. Oh, this should be the last question. We are running up now. Thank you, guys. Some bank apps save your password automatically, and it remind you when you want to log in. Is it safe? And how do we stop that? Yes, for most apps, they will ask you when you are registering whether you can do all of this. Yes, you can. For mobile app, for banking app, say how can we get the recorded? Okay, yes, for the record webinar, I'm going to share it after the maybe today or tomorrow, but definitely all the registered guys we're going to get it. So for your mobile app, because like for example, your ID, you cannot be typing your ID all the time. You cannot be doing all of this all the time. That is why I recommend what I call multi-factor authentication. For example, on your phone has password. Make sure you have what I call the first level access code on your mobile devices. Don't just leave it, oh, I don't have secret. I don't have secret. You have secret. You got secret of your account details. Your mobile app is your secret. That is your investment. All the apps you have, your social media. So make sure you password your phone and put a PIN at the level. So the first level secure you. And also for everyone, you can download this app. Is the McAfee Internet. McAfee Internet is a mobile app, and there are free features you can leverage on for your mobile devices. What does it do? You can configure it to auto camera and put a password. What does that mean? If someone pick up your phone and has gone away with it, when the person is trying to enter your phone, the McAfee snap the person's picture and send it to your email account. So it is McAfee Internet. McAfee Internet. You can search on Google Play Store or on App Store. You're going to get it. So this usually snap the person's picture. I've tried it with my kids, and it works. So I can recommend it for everyone. If somebody is trying to enter your phone or your mobile devices, and the person have tried several times, is going to snap the person's picture or the person where the person is and snap the picture, and it will forward it to your email address. So you can actually use that to also know where who is the actual person that actually pick up your mobile device. And also I want to also recommend also for your mobile devices, my mobile phone for example, and your iPad, make sure you keep your IMEI number. IMEI number is tied to your phone. Every phone, even if you have 2 SIM on your phone, each of those SIM has an IMEI number. So make sure you keep this IMEI number safe somewhere. So this has actually helped, for example, in Nigeria police to trace your number to your phone or your mobile devices if someone pick it up and you can't find it. So they can use the IMEI number to track. Usually start with 303 something or whatever. So the IMEI number, if your phone is a dual SIM, are going to have 2 IMEI number. If your device is one single SIM, you are going to have also have IMEI number. So interesting and wonderful knowledge share. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your comment, for your question, for your time. You can link me up on LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn details. I do share a lot of information on cybersecurity on my LinkedIn every day, every minute. So let's link up, let's connect together on LinkedIn. And I really appreciate everyone, your cooperation. I really appreciate this. Oh, I'm getting feedback. Thank you. We appreciate your feedback. You can send us a mail at educate. By God's grace, I'm going to be having a lot of this webinar on as more often to educate people so that folks can get to learn a lot of things. Because during this lockdown, we had a lot of cyber security attack around the globe. Thank you, everyone. We had a lot of cyber attack, and these are the things that we can actually avoid if we have some of this knowledge. So that's why I'm going to take some time, share some knowledge that will be beneficial. So in the next one, we're going to get an email from us to check with you whether you will be part of the next one. And you can also invite your friends, your family members to be part of this. I really appreciate everyone who have taken time to be part of this webinar. So I will say from here, see you next time. Thank you, and God bless you all.